So if you guys can come closer if you want. If not, just chill. So I'm the DevOps manager at Indigo Books and Music. Are there any Canadians in the audience? So you're familiar with the hulking monolith that is, yeah. So you know who Heather is then. So when I gave this talk back in March, I was the manager of the UI team, so that's why it's a bit more focused on front-end performance. DevOps is also a passion of mine. That's why I've transitioned there recently, but I'm still very much involved in the UI side of things as well. So who is Indigo? Here's the marketing-ease version of it. Indigo is Canada's largest purveyor of ideas and inspiration to enrich your life with books, specialty toys, gifts, and lifestyle-enhancing products. You get it. If you're American, we're basically the Barnes & Noble of Canada. Some people would say Amazon, but I think that's a bit too aspirational. So a little background, we're mostly a .NET shop, Microsoft, stack. My team's done a lot of work to decouple that and go more to the open source side of things in the JavaScript world. The unique challenge for our performance is that we're effectively two businesses, especially in the online side of things. So I mean, there's this heavy data-driven component for books, and then there's this heavily curated general merchandise side of things. So I mean, you have the sort of two performance problems butting heads. You have these massive data sets, there's something like 9 million SKUs, and then you have this heavily curated like client-side performance problem where you have all these images and like a very heavy DOM. So what is performance? Matt York. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so Matt's, just to repeat that, basically, if you want to paraphrase, he said it's page performance, right? And what is scalability? Does anyone want to take a crack at that? No? So we'll say scalability is performance, but over time and over load. So if performance is the vertical aspect of your application, scalability is the horizontal aspect of it. Put them together and you have performability. I mean, this is sort of what New Relic is all about, right? You can see that vertical slice, but you can also use it to predict future performance and performance under load. A composite measure of performance and scalability. So the impact of it, why we need a business case, especially in the e-com world. How do you sell performance to the business? So this is lifted from I believe it's a case study that Walmart did. If you click the link, I'll send the link out after. But for every 1 second of improvement, they experienced up to 2% increase in conversions and a 1% lift in incremental revenue for 100 milliseconds. I mean, that's, when you're doing $1 billion in revenue like Indigo does, more or less, 1% is very significant, right? So, I mean, this is how we sell that to the business. So where did we start out? When I joined Indigo about 2 years ago, there was sort of a mixed bag of different tools. Keynote, is anyone familiar with Keynote? It's sort of a, we were using their synthetic testing product. It was expensive and the alerts weren't exactly like timely. You wouldn't really know until maybe 30 minutes after something happened, that it happened. TrueSight, I didn't even actually use this. This is a hardware product that was storing every single session. Very hard to sift through, not actionable. And then SiteScope is, I think, a legacy product from HP that was literally installed in 1998 and hasn't been changed since then. It's kind of a mess. So what wasn't working? Because we had all these different, aging products, we had siloed and incomplete metrics. Indigo is a very customer-centric business, so we needed real user performance data, and we didn't have that. And we didn't have any proper monitoring in pre-production environments, which allows you to predict performance. And the alerts we were getting weren't really what we wanted. It wasn't clear what was happening there. So we needed real-time data, more actionable alerts, business-friendly performance metrics, which we'll get to later, and we needed tools for capacity planning, because I mean, the big thing for Indigo and like e-com in general is, it's a big push to that holiday season, and we're building for Black Friday essentially. So we see 10 times spikes in traffic. So everything we do up until that point is for Cyber Week, as we call it. So the obvious choice, shameless plug, New Relic. I used it at several companies previously, and I just knew the power of it and the ease of installation, and it ticked all the boxes. So where are we today? The one caveat is I did this in March, and I intentionally didn't update the slides, so we'll have even some more updates here. AppDex. So how do you sell performance to the business? What's easier than one number? That's all you have to say. Did it go up or down? Everyone's happy. Is it green? Is it red? Whatever. It's business friendly, and it's an actual indication of real users using it. So our initial rollout was APM, browser, now Browser Pro, server, and 4 plugins. I believe we were using Perfmon, the F5, and Deca, and one that I can't remember. So 35 agents, 23 APM applications, 11 browser applications across 77 servers. So it's fairly complex. Here's just a little, it's not the greatest resolution, but this is sort of our baseline performance. Page load time's about 5.5 seconds. And this is cool because you can actually see New Relic as a product evolve through this. So here's after a series of performance improvements. This is last March. It's actually hopefully a bit better right now. But we got the page load time to in and around 4 seconds. And I especially like this slide. So this is, who's familiar with HTTP Archive? It's an open source project that measures web performance in aggregate across, I think, the top 100,000 sites on Alexa. So you can go there, anyone can go there, and you can see, I think it does a snapshot every 15 days. And New Relic is actually a sponsor of this product. So this is a snapshot of year over year for January. And I mean, it sort of speaks for itself, right? We're talking like, it went from 8.4 to 2.8 seconds effectively on the home page, which is, the page that everyone hits. So this is, if there was one slide I would put up to show the improvement, this is it. And like I said before, capacity planning is very important for us, building towards Cyber Week. So I mean, New Relic was the perfect tool for that. And this actually shows that we performed quite well under load. We're using Akamai, so when you're generating those cache hits, you can see it sort of tighten up, which is good. So where are we going? Next step, so as I said, this was in March, a full implementation of synthetics. I've actually done this. And one of the things I really like recently is that you can send that synthetics data out to Insights, and now we're using that to power the dashboards for Holiday. And we've also rolled out mobile. So basically, we're fully bought in on the whole New Relic suite. So alerts, it's still a work in progress. We're waiting to stop receiving those downtime alerts from alerts. And PagerDuty will be the next thing. So really exciting there. Yeah, does anyone have any questions? I know it's pretty high level, so I'm happy to dig in.
Come on, great opportunity, good information. New Relic have a while.
The list of tools that you have there.
It's being recorded.
No, I'm loud enough that I can talk without a mic.
It's
Oh.
being recorded.
Oh, okay, got it. You listed a bunch of measurement tools, and you're looking for business performance metrics. Is there anybody from the marketing department or anything that's trying to, make you look at GA or Omniture or something like that, or SiteCat?
Yeah, we're heavy users of Omniture. And the one nice thing, we've recently upgraded that, so it actually has page performance data in there, so we can sort of marry the two, like tie performance directly to revenue. But I mean, I would love to have them on Insights. It just, you need a lot of work to take all that Omniture integration and move it over, right? But it's on the roadmap.
Okay, I actually have a question. So was this a in addition to a technology change, did you have to do a cultural shift to get people to buy into performability? And if so, how'd you do that?
I mean, like a series of lunch and learns and just, really hammering it home. Like I like to call it the culture of show me the data. Instead of speculating why something was down, I would just send, I love that little permalink feature to say, no, this is actually what happened and this is why. So it's just to have a piece of content to go with every story, right?